Are you looking for some pieces to practice that will help you develop your two-handed piano playing? Well, guess what we're talking about today? Tim back here from Lessons on the Web. Welcome back to the classroom, and let's get on with the lesson breakdown. Okay, the very first thing we're going to do today is talk about some basic tips when selecting pieces for hand independence, which is being able to play different rhythms, different notes between each hand, something a lot of us struggle with. The second part, which is the meaty part of the lesson, is we're going to talk about 4 pieces split into difficulty level, 2 for beginners, 2 for intermediate for you to practice. And then lastly, the best part in my opinion, I'm going to answer some questions from the community on YouTube about this topic. So let's get on to our very first topic. Okay, tip number 1. Remember, we're going to do the 2 tips first. The first thing you want to keep in mind is that, like with sight reading, and I did really mean to put this, it is really, really important for you to start with easier two-handed piano pieces and gradually work your way up to more difficult ones. One of the main things people run into is they try to play a favorite song they know, or a song, a classic song that they just want to learn, but it's above their level and they try to do it and they can't and they get discouraged. We don't want you to get discouraged. That's the main thing between, this whole behind this whole channel, is that I want you to learn, but also keep on the road to learning and not get discouraged. And a way to avoid that is to work up from beginner songs to more advanced ones. Here's tip number 2. Okay, tip number 2 is that learning a piece hands separate first. You want to learn a piece hands separate first, and then you want to put it hands together slowly. Again, this helps avoid frustration. This helps you actually be able to concentrate on both hands. Now, I want to go a little further into that, because you actually, in the beginning, when you're first putting things hands together and getting used to this, you want to almost master the piece, or a section of the piece at least, hands separate, and then put them together hands together a little bit slower. What this will do is that this will allow you to spend more concentration on the inner workings of each hand. Rather than concentrating on each individual note, you'll be able to actually say, okay, I kind of know exactly what's going on with the right hand, exactly what's going on with the left hand, and now it's just a matter of lining them up properly. Go slow. One of the biggest things I can tell you is to go approach this very slowly, and then gradually get your tempo up after you feel like you can play through the example or the song at a slow tempo. But now that we got those tips out of the way, which will be very helpful, we're going to get on to the pieces we're talking about today. Piece number 1, this is the one for beginners, Chopsticks. So Chopsticks is a great song to start that is very simple to learn hands separate. Remember that you're going to want to play much slower when you first put the song hands together. So let's take a look at this song together. So now you can see me as well. So here we have Chopsticks. And you can tell right away that it's very simple to play. I'm just going to play the first line for you. And one of the great reasons I wanted you to learn this one is that when you do put it hands together, there's not a lot going on. So it's very easy to focus on lining up the notes, the right way. There isn't any complicated rhythms or anything to make you frustrated and give up. So just, it's very easy. Then we play the next line. When you first learn it, you might have to play it even slower. Remember to learn it hands separate first. And then when you are ready to put it hands together, it's not going to be impossible to do. It'll be something that I feel like even as a beginner, you'll be able to handle. Now, you might have to spend a week or 2 on this one to get it if you're just starting out, but it's something very manageable. So there you go. Pretty easy to handle. Let's get on to the second piece that I recommend. Second piece I recommend is Ode to Joy. This is another one for beginners. Remember, the next 2 will be for intermediate players. They'll be a little bit more involved. But Ode to Joy is another one that is very simple and a great one to start out with, mainly because there's not a lot going on. It's not going to frustrate you. It's something that is very manageable. So let's take a look. Another great aspect of Ode to Joy is that it's a classic piano piece. A lot of people are going to recognize this one. It's going to be a really nice one to play for other people. But as you can see, you just have whole notes in your left hand and quarter notes in your right. So you want to select pieces with simpler rhythms, as I stated before. So I'm just going to play the first couple of lines with this one. Now the second half to this piece, these are all found in the description, the links for you, by the way. The second part of this piece is a little bit more involved, as you can see, but it never gets really, really complicated. Like I said, the number one mistake you can make is trying to play a piece that's way too above your level and way more frustrating. So now that we got 2 songs that I recommend for beginners, we're going to get on to 2 that I recommend for intermediate and a little bit more advanced students. On to piece number 3. So this one is recommended for intermediate players, and this is Prelude in C major by Bach. This is a really, really good one for those of us who, are past those songs I just talked about. That might be below your level, but you're looking for your first real intermediate song playing hands together. Let me show you what this song is all about, and I'm going to tell you why it's so great for this. So if you take a look here, the great thing about this one is that it's very simple to put hands together. It looks very complicated, but it's really not that bad. You're going to be playing your bottom 2 notes first, and then you're going to hold those. Oh, wait, let me show you with the piano here. So you're going to hold the bottom 2 notes while you play this pattern above. And because you're holding the left-hand notes while you're playing the right-hand ones, it really helps, in not overcomplicating things with coordination and different rhythms and things like that. It's a really beautiful piece. It's a really well-known one. It's by J.S. Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach, and it's a beautiful one. A lot of the pieces in what we call the well-tempered clavier, which is, you can look this up on the internet, which is, the selection of where this piece has come from. A lot of these are very, very good for hand independence. You want to look into Bach's inventions as well, but taking a look at this prelude, this is definitely the one you want to start with. So just playing the first few lines. So as you can see, I won't play the whole thing for you today. You've probably heard it before. It's a very beautiful piece, very easy to play, and very easy to put hands together. Highly, highly recommend you check it out. All right, time for piece number 4, Minuet and G, another great Bach piece to learn. It's fairly easy to learn. It's a little bit more involved, as you'll see from this Prelude in C. Again, the link is provided for you in the description below. So you take a look here. As you can see, there's a bit more going on between each hand. So you will want to learn the Prelude in C first, and then you will want to move on to this piece. I really highly recommend you do it in that order because this one is quite a bit harder than that other one. It's probably more similar to a Bach invention in difficulty. So again, the biggest thing I can tell you about how to approach this is you want to learn it hands separate first and then put it hands together very, very slowly. Compared to a lot of other Bach pieces, it is considered one of the easier ones, but it does have a bit more going on. It's definitely one of the hardest ones we're going to talk about today, but learning Bach is really helpful in learning two-handed hand independence. If you need a suggestion on a Bach piece to learn, let me know in the comments of this video when I post it, and I'd be more than happy to give you a suggestion other than these two. Okay, question for the community. Do you have or do you know of any pieces that helped you master hand independence? Share it with us in the comments. This is really, really important because I know there's students watching this with great ideas, and I want your great ideas here in the comments so we can all learn from them so that, some other student who's maybe played all these pieces can get your suggestion and they can learn on their own and really help develop their hand independence. So let me know what you think in the comments. Would love to hear from you. Okay, and what I recommend you watch next is the playlist on two-handed piano playing. You can find a link in the pop-up card I'm going to have pop up during this lesson. You got the end screen, you can find it there, and in the description, probably the best place to find the link for that. That's really where I recommend you go after this because I've created a few lessons around developing your two-handed piano playing, but also learning how to play things hand separate, as well as some other tips like a guide on piano fingering that can really help you play two-handed piano. So I highly, highly recommend you check that out once you're done with this lesson. We're going to get on to another part of the lesson right now that's very important, which is the community questions section. Okay, time for the community questions here. So let's take a look at the questions we have related to the topic we have today. I will take some other questions as well related to some other things. One student earlier had mentioned that Hanon exercises are great for mastering hand independence. So if you take a look online and you type in like Hanon exercises piano, the first website that pops up has 240 Hanon exercises for free, and actually you can transpose them into all the keys that you need. These are very, very helpful in developing your hand independence and hand coordination, things like that. So as you can see, you can download them as PDFs, so you can print them out and all kinds of things. All right, here we go. So as you can see, they're pretty simple. But by learning them, you'll be able to develop coordination between both hands. So those Hanon exercises are highly recommended. All right, let's go back. All right, let's take a look here. Thanks for the tutorial. Greetings from Argentina. Exia got it. I can't pronounce your name. I'm really sorry. Exia got Po. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but welcome. So happy to have a student here from Argentina. Let's take a look here. Thank you very much, Rose. I appreciate that. Nadia says, I'm learning for Elise. I'm okay with the A part, which is the B part. And that song helped you, so that's really great. That's a really good example. That's a Beethoven one. That one's a little bit more involved, but it is good for intermediate students for sure. So thank you for sharing there. A House is Not a Home is a song I learned recently and helped me improve memorizing the inversion of various chords. Very helpful as well, so check that one out. Fireflower says, I also like Minuet and G, but the key signature confuses me. Yeah, so you'll have to work your way up to that. Let's see, what is the web address for the Hanon exercises? Let me give that to all of you. It is, let me take a look, so hold on. Okay, so it is www.hanon, Hanon, slash, or hyphen, I guess, online.com. Let me send it through the chat here really quick. So just give me a second here and I can grab that. Okay, let's see what else we have. Good evening, Tim. Good evening, Gregory. Thank you for coming out tonight. So happy to have you with us again. Let's see. Luther Vandross did it, says Saad. I have perfect pitch and great speed and flexibility. Also, I'm playing many instruments and interested in music since I was 6. But I don't feel okay to learn sheet music for piano. Is it okay playing by ear for classical pieces? I would learn how to read music. I would put the time into doing that. It will really, really help you. Learning classical music by ear is difficult. You can learn pop music and rock music and, you know, really popular songs in today's era by ear. You could probably do a pretty good job of that, because a lot of those songs only involve like chords in the left hand, melody in the right hand, and really don't have complex things going on. Classical music has a lot of complex inner workings because it has multiple lines of melody, also known as polyphony, going on all at the same time. So it would be really, really hard, in my opinion. I'm not the best with my ears. I'm not like I don't have a perfect pitch or anything like that. But it'd be very hard to get all the meticulous workings of all the voices. Another, by voices I mean lines of melody. Another thing that you benefit from by reading music is you can pick out the articulations, which is how the notes are meant to be played. So is the note meant to be played short? Is it meant to be played loud and forceful? Is it meant to be played from soft to loud right away? You know, what is going on there? So being able to read the sheet music gives you another few dimensions of playing other than just the pitches up and down on the keyboard. So that's what I recommend. I have another playlist for that as well. If you type in how to read music playlist lessons on the web into YouTube, you'll be able to find that, no problem. Or if you go to my channel page and then look at the playlist there. Let me show everybody where that's at really quick, because I really want to. Hold on, everybody. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Okay, now we got him. So if you go to, actually, let me bring it up like this. You can see my channel, and hey, we're meeting, you know, live right now. How about that? But if you take a look at the playlist section, it's one of the most important sections in the entire channel. You can take a look at lessons that I've made, that I've curated together based on topics and difficulty level, designed to help you learn something specific. So I highly, highly recommend you check that out. Hey, Aaron Barclay's here, everybody, and he made it on time today. So I'm very proud of you. Glad you could make it here with us. So you caught us, you know, halfway through or so. So welcome. We were talking about songs to learn for hand independence. So if there's a two-handed piano piece that you've learned that you want to share with us, now's the time, I think, to do that. Would be perfect. Or if you have another general question about learning music as well, but we're trying to keep it on topic as much as we can. How do you play accompaniment piano? So this is a question by Nadia. Nadia, I'm actually making a lesson on this right now about how to accompany people on the piano. One of the keys is that what I would do first is I would find a song that has a sung part and a piano part that you can both hear in the recording. I would find the piano part somewhere online, or you buy the book to it, or whichever. Learn the piano part and then see if you can play along with the recording. But while you're playing along with the recording, listen out for the singer and try to follow along with the singer rather than the other piano player. That'll kind of get your feet wet doing it, but really it's an experience you'll have to gain by finding somebody who can sing and playing, you know, the background chords to while they sing and being able to keep in time and things like that. There's a number of tips I can give you for that I'd have to put into a lesson by itself, which I will do very shortly. But in the meantime, see if you can find some recordings of pieces that you like, and then see if you can play along with them. That'll kind of get you into that mode of listening and then trying to keep up while you're playing. So that's what I recommend to start out with that. Okay, I copied all these. Hello, Fuddy Duddy. Hello, PandaCraft again. He said I copied all these with YouTube Downloader. Okay. I'm here now. Okay, welcome, PandaCraft. So if you've learned anything two-handed piano playing or any pieces two-handed and you want to share with us, that's what we're doing now, if you're just kind of checking in now. How do you play jazz on piano? I'm making a video on that as well. You need to learn some chords first. So like some seventh, some dominant seventh chords, major sevenths, and things like that. So, major sevenths, dominant sevenths, and go from there. So I do have a playlist on chords as well that you can also find over on the channel by clicking on the playlist there. So that's where I would start out. Let's take a look here. When you look at a chord, do you read it? This is a great question. Do I read it from, let me bring it up here. Do I read it from the bottom up or the top down? I read every chord, every note pretty much from the bottom up. I always read, if I had an A minor chord, I would read it from the bottom note A, C, E. And I would even say if somebody asked me what notes make up the A minor chord, I would say A first, the bottom note, then C, then E. So bottom up is definitely the way I go. Okay, a great suggestion from Saad. Pandecraft, listen to jazz pianists like Oscar Peterson and Duke Ellington, very true, music, and then learn their songs by reading music sheets. That's a great suggestion. Solarum, welcome back, Solarum, another one of our moderators here today. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Welcome back to the classroom with all of us. Stella by Starlight, hello. All right, another great suggestion there. Great, I'm a vocalist, says Nadia, and I want to play for myself. All right, terrific. So maybe if you could find a piece that I would learn how to sing the piece first, and then I would learn the chords on the piano separate, and then see if you can follow along after that. But I will make a lesson here for you in the next few weeks. Okay, hey, thanks for doing these tutorials. How much time do I need to master sight reading, says Monia Stories. It takes at least a few months. You can improve on sight reading within a few weeks, to be honest. If you sight read every day for 3 weeks, you will notice an improvement in your sight reading, as long as you work from easier piano pieces to more difficult ones. You always want to sight read, at least starting out, a little bit below your current playing level. So you don't want to try to sight read a piece that is right at the level of a piece you just learned. You want to find something a little bit easier and see if you can read through it by sight and then work your way up there. Within like 3 weeks, you'll probably notice a difference. I would say within 3 months, then you'll notice a significant difference. But honestly, to become a perfect sight reader takes a lifetime. Some people are naturally gifted at this type of thing, and they can kind of just do it right away. But most of us are really going to have to work at it. I sight read all the time for my students and things, and I could still be a better sight reader. You'll never, at least for me, I don't think I'll ever have it to where I can play any piece perfect, but it is something I improve with time, and I've been at it for years now. I've really been working on my sight reading for the last 6 years or so, which hopefully doesn't blow your mind, be like, oh man, I'm never going to get it. But like I said, you can make a pretty good, substantial amount of progress in your sight reading within a few weeks. Just practice it every day. That's the main tip of sight reading I have. I have a sight reading lesson on the way as well that I'm really excited to share with all of you in the coming weeks. Is this your first live? No, this is not my first live, Chris. We've been live probably, 100 times, you think? Because I've been doing it every week, and actually a lot of weeks I do 2 weeks, and I've been doing it for over a year now. So I'd say maybe this is the 120th live stream we've had. Gregory is back. Hey, Gregory. Glad to have you back with us. What is a great website to get the chords of any song? That depends. What I tend to do is I type in the title of the song into Google plus chords, and it actually gives you the chords. Now, if you're good at reading major chords and minor chords, you can, if it's even a guitar notation and they give you the chords, you can still figure out the chords that way. But if you need them written out on piano, those are a little bit harder to find. So I recommend learning all your chords so you can look at the piano and be like, oh, I'm going to play an A major chord. There you go. Oh, I'm going to play an E flat major chord, just like that, to make things a bit easier. Sorry about that. This is driving me a little bit crazy here. Okay, there we go. The light was a little bit off. It still is a little bit. Okay, let's take a look here. Tolga says, City of Stars says Pandecraft or something like this. I'm Stuck on This by Justin Hurwitz. I've never played that one, unfortunately. Go about it, even though you've been learning it for a few weeks maybe, I would slow it back down and then practice it slowly for a few days, work your way up. I have a lesson coming actually on another topic on how to, refine pieces, get them to sound even better. Let's take a look here. Gregory, okay, I said that one. Tolga says, do I need to learn reading sheet music even if I want to play improvise or writing my own pieces? Yes, I think reading sheet music will never let you down, especially if you're writing your own pieces. You'll be able to chart out much better the notes and understand actually the music theory behind writing songs if you know how to read music. I think reading music is very underrated. And everybody should learn how to do it. Even if you are really, really gifted with your ears, I would spend the time to learn to read music. It doesn't take too long. And like I said, I have a great playlist here on the channel to help you out with that. Okay, let's see. Oh, I've missed some comments here. Okay, getting lots of comments, which is fantastic. If you master the seventh chords and their inversions, you'll find playing jazz easier. I agree with Saad. Thanks a lot. Greetings from Sudan. Thank you, Monia. Eli, hey, I'm trying to learn to freestyle the piano, not play sheet music. What techniques help to learn this? Sometimes I play scales over songs like anything else. This is a great question. Let me show you something. I have a lesson I made recently. Oh, what is it called? Let me look through here through the recent videos and I can tell you. Okay, not that one. Not these. Okay, wait a second. Let me read it. Freestyle. Yeah, what was that? Improvise. Let me try this. Oh, you know what? It was a recent lesson. So if you go to my recent lessons, it's called The Easiest Piano Improvisation Exercise for Beginners. That's one I recommend you start with. That'll kind of just get your feet wet with learning how to kind of make things up on the piano for your first time. But another one you want to check out is how to improvise on the piano using music theory. So you can either go to the channel and search these by typing in improvise like I did, or you can just type in how to improvise on piano, I guess plus lessons on the web, and then it'll bring up that video there for you. So I recommend that one as well to get you started with that. Okay, here we go. Fuddy Duddy says he can get some on Pinterest. Pinterest, yes, you can actually, that is actually a good resource for that. Okay, going through here, back to the big chat here. Okay. Okay, hold on, everybody. I need to get through some other questions here. Your live has never popped up on my homepage. First time, and I've subscribed for like 3 years. Oh, sorry so much, Chris. So if you go next to the subscribe button for my channel, so if you go to the main channel page, there's a subscribe button. And actually, if you're subscribed to me, it'll say subscribed already. But there should be a bell next to that. Hit that bell, and it'll bring up another window. You type in, or you click the thing that says get all notifications, and that should help. I have had some people still have issues with YouTube not letting them know, but this should really help with this. Let me also tell you that we meet Fridays and Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Fridays, 8 p.m. So whatever 40 minutes ago was for you, that's when we do it, Fridays and Sundays. We do it most Fridays and Sundays. Let me show everybody. I wanted to show everybody this earlier today. If you go to pianolessonsontheweb.com, www.lessonsontheweb.com will take you there too. You click on the community thing at the top tab, and you scroll down. There's a calendar of when we're meeting and what we're talking about. We're meeting on Sunday for a community Q&A, and then next Friday we are meeting again for we're learning a map for beginners, learning how to play the piano. And what this is going to be about is all the things you need to be practicing and learning about as a beginner, a kind of checklist to go through. And then the next week is the must-know chord progression used in pop, rock, and jazz. So if you want to see what's coming up and when we're talking about it, check it out over there, pianolessonsontheweb.com, and then click on the community tab. Okay, back to the chat here. Okay. I can't play anything with two hands. My goal is to play Bartok. Okay, Sate, Berg. Well, with my lifetime, enjoy reading music and working out the whys behind it more than playing it. Okay. Well, very good, Aaron. So continue with that. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments of the videos and I can help you out with that. Degree, tone of the scale. I'm interested in, let's see, classic American folk tunes such as Streets of Laredo. Okay, so it's good to know that, you know, people are interested in those in case I want to cover those on the channel. Can you make sheet music right now? I guess so. What do you mean, can I make sheet music right now? Can I make like a blank sheet of music? Or can I write a piece? I can do that. I'm not going to do that right now, though. Nadia, thank you. Just did it, so hopefully it works well. So thank you for filling him in on that, Nadia. Fuddy Duddy says, everything froze. That's not good. Okay, Evanescence. Do I know any Evanescence songs? No, I do not, unfortunately. I know of them, but I don't know how to play them on the piano. Is everything unfrozen now? I hope so. Even 10 days should be fine for a beginner to learn for release. I mostly agree. It depends. Some of us, I have had students where it takes longer, even for an adult. So, you know, stick in there with it. The first part, you know, the part A, I think most people could learn in, you know, within 10 days or even a week or so. Sod, not the complete piece, yeah. Oh, awesome. Thank you for all the info. You're welcome, Chris. Let's scroll down here a little bit, see what we got. A year ago, I need 2 weeks to learn a jazz song. Now I can do it 2 or 3 days. So that's the kind of progression you can make if you stick with it. Because my knowledge in chords and jazz progressions is more solid now. Terrific. I also have some lessons coming up on jazz chord progressions and things like that. Unfrozen, says Chris. Perfect. You're welcome, says Nadia. Oh, Saad was thanking her. Just keep practicing and work on it. Always exercise the hard things. Okay, so we're going to continue here in a minute. I want to show everybody something in case you are not aware, because it really, I think, can help you and help out the channel as well. So let's go back to the website. So if you go to pianolessonsontheweb.com, it brings you up to this page. And so I'm going to tell you all about what my website's all about here in a second. So I have a website where I have a ton of courses I've made, over 25, about learning piano and music. But not only that, it's piano, courses about piano, music theory, improvisation, ear training, rhythm, and pretty much anything else I felt like you needed to know to become a well-rounded musician. So what it offers is the same kinds of instructional videos. If you like the lessons you see on the channel, you're really going to like what you see over there. Same kind of lessons you'd expect, but they cover a lot more than what we cover here on the YouTube channel. Sure, there's courses that are a great review for beginners. So if you've just started watching my lessons, there's a lot of courses over there that can help you out as well. But they also cover a lot of intermediate and advanced topics, and also in a lot more depth than I will cover here on the YouTube channel. Not only that, if you scroll down and take a look at what's offered here, not only are you given videos, but you also are given access to printable sheet music examples, real songs to play, assignments, activities, and all kinds of things to help enhance your learning. So there's a lot more than what the YouTube channel here can offer you. So I really highly suggest you at least go to pianolessonsontheweb.com, read about it on the website, learn about it, And one thing I want to tell you is that if you use the code, this is really easy to remember, YouTube, you can get 15% off any order of courses. Let me show you. If you go to the Buy Courses page, you can buy the courses individually by scrolling down here on theweb.com. And if you use the code YouTube, you can get 15% off any order, whether you're purchasing a course pack or purchasing them individually, like you can right there on the Buy Courses page. Okay, let's take a look here. I can see you now, says Gregory. All right, great. So hopefully I got everybody back here again. Let's see. Okay, good. We're kind of back here. And thank you, Rich, for doing your job as the moderator. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, let's see here, everybody. Sorry you were late, Rich, but not a problem at all. Hello, Chow. Welcome back to the live stream. So happy you're with us today. And look, hopefully everybody is back now. Fortunately, I think we lost a lot of people there because of our... we're back, so we got a good amount of people back. Terrific. Okay, great. I'm glad mostly everybody is back with us. So, all right. Happy to have everybody back. Let me tell you a couple more things. Let me show you an inside look of the courses you can expect over on the website, since that kind of got derailed before. I'm going to show you just real quick here. So if you go to the courses page, and any course you are enrolled in, you can click on that course, and then you can click on Enter Course. It'll have you log in. I'm already logged in, I believe, and it'll bring you to the course. Most courses have anywhere between 4 units and 6 units of content. Each unit has the following. It has a video where I go over the concepts for that unit. It's kind of like a lot of the videos you see here on the channel where I go over topics, and then also provided to you is a PowerPoint to serve as notes, so you can save that to your computer. You can print it out so you can follow along. Also, in every unit are playing examples, multiple playing examples, usually between like 3 and 6 examples for you to play. You can also view and print those out as well on your computer. And then there's a song to play for each unit, which is geared around all the topics we talked about for that particular unit. And then at the end of the unit, there's an assignment that's usually either a written assignment or something you fill out, or you go to a website and practice something like that. So as you can see, each unit has a good amount of content in it. And there is, in this course in particular, let's see how many units we have. We have 1, 2, 3. As you can see, each one has its own videos and things like that. 4, 5, and then usually unit 6 is a practice or an extra practice unit where I give you additional songs to practice that are at the same level of whatever course you are currently in. So that's basically how they go. Seems to sound off. Okay, let's take a look here. All right, so check that out, pianolessonsontheweb.com. Highly recommend it if you like what you see here on the YouTube channel. Let's see here. Tim, your lesson was great. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. You're very welcome, Cheryl. Thank you for coming today. So happy to have you with us to come out and learn with us in our classroom. We appreciate all that you're doing to help us. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, Abigail. So glad you could come out today. Seems to sound off. Tim, I have a question. When using the pedal, do you use when playing fast 16th, like 16th notes? I use very light pedal in general because pedal can really muddy things up. And you know what? If you're playing really fast 16th notes, I would almost not use the pedal at all, because when you're playing notes that fast, you really can't afford them to be, blending together too much. So I would, when you have faster rhythms like that with a lot more going on, I would actually use less pedal, maybe even not any pedal at all. You can even use pedal. I'm actually coming out with a pedal lesson too. You can actually have the pedal half up when you have pedal. You don't have to have it all the way down, because that will really blend things. If you have it half down, it'll just kind of blend it together, and that might be what you want to use for 16th notes. Great question by Rich. Okay, we had a really good lesson here, excluding the couple of hiccups here we had with the technology today. I want to thank everybody for coming out. We're not ending quite yet, but I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. You really helped make a great discussion here together, and it really means a lot to me to be able to meet with you, people all around the world, to be able to teach you piano music here on the channel. And it's just technology is just wonderful in this respect. Being able to reach out to you, and then we have these returning students coming back, and we have this great community going on together, and I really appreciate that. Hopefully you appreciate that as well, because I feel like when we come together we can learn a lot more. I have a lot of great questions that come in, and it really helps drive the discussion. So I just want to say thank you so much. So remember, if you want to continue learning about what we talked about tonight, two-handed piano playing, I have a great playlist here on the stream. Once I put up the recording of this, I'll put an annotation around so you can click on it and find your way there. If not, look in the description. The link is provided there for you as well. Highly recommend you check out that next. And subscribe if you haven't already, and become a part of our awesome classroom. Also remember to hit that bell and select all notifications. So this has been Tim from Lessons on the Web. Thank you so much for coming out watching this lesson, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Thank you so much.